Hi, my name is Peter, and this is Mobb Guppy, where the Guppy is the mob. John Oliver, first in the house. How you doing, John? Wait for folks to pop in here, and we'll get into the subject matter of which I've prepared diligently to discuss with you. How's your Monday? It's kind of a weird day. I had to go to the store. I realized this is a bad day to go to the store because everybody had the day off, but I had a good reason. My coffee maker died. Hey, Bob Kaler in the house. Happy Monday. As I already said hi to you, John. Three people are here. If you're here, say hi. It's all good. So yeah, my coffee. Uh, hey, William Pridemore's here. I'll tell you something. I went into this morning. I made my pot of coffee, and the damn thing didn't work. My coffee machine was broken. I sat around. I screwed around with that thing for about 10 minutes and realized, yep, it's dead. Not even three. It's a little over 3 years old, but still. And yeah, it's got alliteration, Bob Kaler. Yeah, Pridemore's Fish and More has some alliteration. I like that. I'm not a big fan of puns. I'm a big fan of alliteration and double entendres when they're right. Sort of the deal here. So I was thinking about this, and as we get older, you go through time, you experience in life and stuff like that. And if you're going to talk to your younger self and said, a couple of things. Number one, I would have learned a foreign language. Younger self, please learn a language. I would also have said, why don't I get a degree in either zoology or ichthyology, something like that. I have an acquaintance of mine who is like one of the California condor scientists. He's worked at the LA Zoo for like 30 years. And he essentially spends his day with the condors. How cool is that? How cool it is to go and get a degree in something, something like that, and be able to work and do from there. So part of me has thought about, why didn't I become an ichthyologist? And I don't know, maybe you guys have thought about it, maybe you haven't. Maybe you say, well, I don't know. I think the argument is, yeah, but then you'd have to bring your work home with you. Well, if you love what you're doing, you're all good. Let's see. Baltic Sea Guppies, how are you? Doug Gray, the man who learned how to walk in super slow motion for dramatic effect. Peter Thiel, there you go. Thank you very much, Bob Kaler. Yes, save a whale that has a golf ball stuck in the blowhole. See, it would be a good deal. Bolo's here, by the way, and I've noticed something over the last few days. All of a sudden, Bolo's missing a lot of teeth. He smiled at me, and I'm going, uh-oh, his teeth are falling out. So he's 13. He's losing weight, so this is probably we're probably in the home stretch. Baltic Sea Guppies, well, yeah, everything's good here. Tomorrow, my flooring gets put in, and then I'm waiting for some stimulus money that I'm going to put in a couple of racks. I'm going to put in a big honking aquarium, and we're gonna really start moving forward. It's this is the wrong live stream about the ankle monitors being removed or being on. Does anyone have an ankle monitor? I guess I shouldn't crack that joke. If you do, fine with me. Do you know what he has? And the problem is, Bob, is that he has a heart condition. So if he had the teeth pulled or something like that, it would not be good. And the deal is that he's not, he his teeth are falling out. He's old. He's in his, he's 13. Pomeranian is supposed to live between 12 and 15 years. He's about right in the middle of that. So it's he cannot get anything done with his teeth now. He used to when he was younger. I used to, when I was married, we would brush his teeth occasionally. You cannot do it one on one with a Pomeranian. It is I mean it's a two-person job because they have little faces and they move around real quick. Yeah. Well, several of mine have made it very popular with the Walmart chicks. Yeah. I would think that ankle monitor would really be appealing for the ladies at Walmart. So I've thought about this. Hey, Jeff with Valley Fish, how are you? Hey, we were having a talk and genetics had come up in the discussion, and you at Valley Fish part of it. I have never gotten albino out of my Roebuck Reds, but I understand you have. How often do you get that? And have you tried to breed for it? I'd be interested in that. So yeah, so I thought about it. Ichtologist, specializing in freshwater fish. I could have done that. Maybe I still could. I wonder if they have a good ichtology degree at one of the fine universities within an hour of where I live. Maybe I have to go back and get that degree. I have it, I already have one. Why is but where would I be able to use it? I'd have to get a PhD and then become a professor, like Dr. Ted Coletti, who's a big fish geek leader in the Northeast. Have you ever thought of being an importer or exporter, or maybe an architect? Architect, no. Importer, exporter, no, maybe. How long does it take to get that license, by the way? Have to have a separate place with dozens of tanks set up. Probably wouldn't be that bad of a deal. Oh, that was a Seinfeld reference. There you go. Yeah, now I remember. Yeah, imports and exports. Open a car dealership, Peter. Chicks love that. You see, that may be my. It's my offense has been ruined by the closure of the mall, or the mall, being that and the whole COVID deal. My offense is, Bolo. Bring them in. Okay, well that's cool. I really hope you begin to see more and more of that. I have not seen them, so I'm excited that you're getting them. So I'm excited all the way around. Hey, 10 here, one thumbs up. Thanks, crew. Thanks to Bob Kaler. Now we have two. So it's I appreciate it. Yeah, so the process of scientifically knowing more stuff. We as people who have, it's like I started working, in my career while going to school. And, and anyone who gets a degree in whatever it is, when they get into the workplace, it's like, yeah, completely a different deal. It's so I guess we're sort of getting a degree and doing what we want to do. Muppet 929, welcome to the live stream. Rico Stan, excellent. Rico Stan hit a like. Thank you guys for hitting the likes. Perfect. Muppet, if you haven't subscribed, please do join the club. Hey, so the process here of getting that degree and getting that that stuff in being professional in our fish keeping. Um, I think that's part of some of the fun in knowing more about it. I need to find out if it now. I probably would have to go to excellent. Thank you, Muppet. I probably would have to go to Arkansas in Fayetteville, which is a little more than an hour away from here. So maybe I could do online classes to become a nyctologist. That would be great. Let's see. What am I drinking tonight? Vodka. No, Aquafina. Aquafina. Griffin Fish Room. How are you? How are you? It's I need to do some work in my tanks, but I have a big cut on one of my hands. So hey, that's okay, Rico Stan. Lurking is good. I need to get in and do some stuff in my tanks, and I can't do it. All of a sudden, I got this cut. I did water changes on Friday, or maybe it was Saturday morning. I did the changes, and I need to do more, but I can't with a cut. So I have to let this heal up. I have Neosporin on it, having it in a Band-Aid. It's like on my knuckle too. It's just, and don't even ask me how I got it. I have no idea. None. Got 100% sure I liked it, but better than what I had before. But you know what, William? I think it's good. I think it. I think the big question is, with what to call yourself. Just be true to yourself, and that's all good. That's all that matters. You guys have a good holiday. Do anything exciting? I got invited to the neighbor's house. That was good. Otherwise, I kept low profile. Absolutely low profile. Did as little as I could do. There's no giveaway car. Sorry, but Bob is just trying to go and do that. By the way, have you guys seen this story about? Okay, two things. Why is it that anybody who's involved in some weird crime is named after a movie actor in one way or another? So this guy who from Tennessee who went to downtown Nashville and destroyed the internet for a few days and destroyed a perfectly good RV. His name is Anthony Quinn Warner, after the actor Anthony Quinn. Or it would be well, let's see here. Famous actors named Bob. There's several of them. Bob. What was the guy who played Colonel Hogan? His name was Bob. Bob Crane. Kaler. A Subaru courtesy of Doug Gray. Yes. Everyone loves Subarus. Everyone loves Subarus. So why is that these these criminals that get in charge, who uh, get picked up and arrested? Why are they? Carrie, how are you? Terry's Tropical Tanks. Why is it always like John Wayne? There's been a million people named John Wayne Gacy, John Wayne Bobbitt. It's so Anthony Quinn Warner, Mike's Aquatics and Things. Great having you here too. What is the process here of going through that? It's just something I just observed, and I don't understand the whole process there with it. It's is it just set you up for they named you after some famous person and you can't go through there. And the other stories having to do with Alec Baldwin's wife, who apparently is paraded around telling everyone she's from Spain when she's from Connecticut. And went to a fancy dancy school. Her mom's a doctor, her father's something like this, and I'm guessing he knew she wasn't a Spaniard. Just a fighting chance. Name stress when trying to name the kid. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the entire politics. I'm sure there's people, especially in the Northeast in the Italian community, who named a child Francis Albert Sinatra Cuccinelli or whatever Italian name, Petrelli, whatever the Italian last name is. Morgano, Gattulo. Parents name you after an actor, you might end up being a serial killer. Yeah, it's a general rule. Yeah. You can only say no relation or to that one so many times before you go crazy. Yep, exactly. It's I don't quite get this. So Alec Baldwin's wife apparently has told everyone she's from Spain and talks in an accent a lot, and she's not Spanish. Her parents are, wasps from Connecticut. And so I don't quite get the deal there. I would guess he would know. They have 5 children together under the age of 7. So it's being in the public eye, can have this thing. Lumpy dog. Hey, great having you here. Gil, the common goldfish. Good evening, everybody. I like the What About Bob reference. That's strong. Visited a weight loss website that said I had to have cookies disabled. There you go, Doug Gray. Somebody gave you something. Somebody gave you something. Yeah, and the idea here is that it's a great joke. So Anthony Quinn Warner, he goes to obviously wasn't trying to kill people except for himself. If you're going to do and not that I recommend anyone doing such a thing, but if you were going to be doing the suicide RV thing, a suicide RV bomb, not a suicide card bomber, and then have a digital voice counting down to when you're going to blow it up. I'm guessing we're going to learn that he committed suicide well before that thing blew up. It's my idea. Worked as a nurse's supervisor years ago. Nurse went to Barbados and lost her Tennessee accent and had a thick Barbados accent instead. Yep, Gil. You see, I know your Bill Murray movies, and what are we going today, Brain? What are we going today, Brain? Huh. My deal is, and you're trying to figure out if I'm focusing on a topic. It's the barber shop. That's what Mobb Guppy's all about. Yeah, my deal is that. No, okay, all right. My guess is that if I would talk to a younger Mobb Guppy, I would say, why don't you get a degree in zoology and become an ectologist, become something like that? And, I grew up in the 70s and 80s, and my parents were real big into not. My parents came from a generation where their parents said, "You're going to college, you're going to get a degree." And my grandmother told my mom, "You're getting a degree in education just in case you don't find a man." And then my dad was told, "You're really good at math. You need to be an engineer." And my parents didn't want to be an engineer, and they didn't want to be didn't want to be a math, didn't want to do that. Peter, the FBI bomb squad wants to recruit me. Yeah, you see, there you go. Oh, Pinky and the Brain. Do you know what? Yes, I have. Uh, Doug Gray, do you like Pinky and the Brain, or are you a bigger fan of Ren and Stimpy? Yeah, what's going on in the water in Tennessee? Nashville's a great place. I love Knoxville. I love Chattanooga. I've been to all those places. Memphis, big hospital in the middle, St. Jude's. Nice barbecue. Yeah, ecology would keep me out of the social circles. Not a lot of ladies going into that career. Cleveland, Tennessee scares you. Yeah, you see. Is that where you live, Kaler? Let me look here just for a second. All right, I'm doing my maps thing here. Right next to Hopewell. Now let me zip out a little bit here. Let's see where we're at. Yep, just outside Chattanooga. Tullahoma and Lynchburg and Scottsboro and Huntsville and Nashville, Franklin, Murfreesboro. Yeah, it's good times. And good times had by all. Oh, bug ladies. Okay, not big ladies, bug ladies. All right, there you go, Doug Gray. D, what's going on? Down the wormhole in the house. Hope you're keeping cozy in Canada. You know, Chattanooga Ed did make it to Saturday's live stream, which you would think would be in the middle of the night for him. It's not real bright in here. I'd get up and turn on another light, but I got Bolo here. Alishon, AS, what about those Jets? JETS, Jets. All my friends in, what's funny is that the Jets were well on their way to having, that great quarterback out of Clemson. And what happens? They go on a winning streak against teams that are playoff bound. Doing good, cold here today, making bread and such on a day off. Perfect. I have, what's funny is on Christmas morning it was 11 degrees. This morning when I left, it was about 28. Tonight it's going to get down to about 28 degrees, but there's a chance for snow. I'm excited about it. I grew up in Minnesota, so I love a big snowstorm. Oh, Ed had insomnia. That's why he didn't make the deal. Gase, the coach of the year. You know what? If the Jets win another game, he very well may be, even though everybody hates him. Quite frankly, for the Jets, if their coach Adam Gase had a winning record, I still think everyone would hate him. But here's the deal. And they're all from Staten Island. I knew a bunch of people from Staten Island. And they were all Mets and Jets fans. And I don't know if it was because it's easier to spell than, Giants and Yankees, or they like being involved with teams that don't win. And I had a conversation with one of these guys, a real successful guy. And, we were having like lunch or something. And I sat there and I said, well, why are you a Mets and Jets fan? And he sat there and he said, it's too easy to be a fan of it's too easy to be a fan of the Giants and the Yankees. Okay. Those new stadiums, by the way, for both the Yankees and the Mets are terrific, and MetLife Stadium is wonderful. The Islanders, well, you have the Rangers, which are terrible. Knicks are terrible. The Nets may be a winning team this year, so there you go. So let's get back to ictology. So yeah, I was thinking that if you go in and get that degree in fish, would you do it? What would you say to your younger self? Go Flyers with their amazing mascot Gritty. Well, no, the Rangers play at Madison Square Garden. The Sabres play in Buffalo. Yeah, Flushing's in Queens or at Long Island. Long Island. Yeah, and by the way, if you really want to see mobsters, go to Oyster Bay, Queens, or go to Staten Island. There's no money in ectology, but you might get a fish named after you. That's pretty strong. Alishan was the real Art Vandelay before Seinfeld existed. You see, there you go. Yeah, well, the deal is you get a degree like in history or, ectology or something like that. You almost have to go and get a grad degree, and get a PhD so you can be a professor. So that's good. And learn all about the process of being a professor. And once you're tenured, you can be nuts, as we've learned from a lot of our professors these days. Some of them are just bonkers. And you have a degree in nothing. You practice it every day. Excellent. Polly Castellano. Yep. Yeah, and go and visit the Tennessee Fish Mafia. But instead of a good Italian restaurants, they hang out in Walmart. Tote Hill, Staten Island. Jeffrey Cunningham. Happy holidays to you and happy holidays to everybody. Happy New Year. That's coming up on Thursday. I'm ready for 2020 to end. How about you? You in favor of 2020 coming to an end? I am. You wanted to go into cryptozoology? I do too. I'll tell you what, there is a career in that. It's being on like the 5 TV networks that all do cryptozoology. History, travel, discovery. It's who else? Arts and entertainment. They do a lot of cryptozoology. MSNBC. Thinking about breeding some angelfish. I've never bred them. Anyone sell cheap angels? They would like to. Got some cheap angels they'd like to sell me. Hey, Melvin's here. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Paranormal cryptozoology, the Travel Channel. That's all they do. They don't do much about traveling. They talk about ghost stories. Yes, it is, Jeffrey. My flooring gets installed tomorrow. And then after that, if that wasn't good enough, the flooring gets installed tomorrow. Then we get that free money from the government. And you know what I'm spending it on? Fish. So there you go. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll tell you is that watching the weather's been so up and down. It's one day it's nice here, like in the 50s, and the next day it's in the 30s. Yes, Jeffrey, here's what I want to do. I want to do the Scyphia multi-punctuatus. I can't remember say the name. I want to do a couple of tanks of those. I'm gonna get a couple of. I'm gonna do at least one of the Asian strains of guppies. I haven't quite figured out. It's. I want to go through the whole process of the importing myself, just for the experience of it. And John Oliver said, "Hey, I can get you whatever you want." But my deal is mainly about just having the experience and being able to share it. So that's what I'm going to be doing there. I want to do that. Then I'm probably going to get another IFGA line. And I don't know if I'm going to do, the purples or I don't know. So we'll figure that out. So it's all good. L333, I've been looking at those. I have this one tank that I think I'm going to be doing the blue-eyed lemons, but I'm not sure. Yeah, L333, I've been looking at those. Yeah. Terry, it depends where you get them. Is that Doug Gray? He's done a couple of videos here. He got a couple of Asian lines. They're not recipe fish. They breed true. All right, Jeffrey. We'll share notes. Anthony. Yeah, I talked to my brother. He said there's lightning. Man, in LA, you want to talk about nuts? Anthony, you'll know that I'm telling the truth. It starts raining. It's like getting a foot of snow in like Poughkeepsie. I mean, people go nuts. Lots of accidents, lots of stuff. It's just silly. You need female endlers. Reach out to William if you have. I don't have any endlers. I haven't worked with them. And as of right now, I don't see myself, at least not in the next year or so. Who knows? You know how this hobby is. Just, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, people cannot even drive in a straight line in Los Angeles when it's raining. I know. I've been there when it's raining. It's nuts. Absolutely bonkers. When I lived in Northern California for a while. Yeah, a couple of times. I lived in Sacramento for a couple of years. I lived in San Francisco for a year. And I watched people, the light turning green, they're turning left. I actually saw people spin out. I don't even know how that can happen. It's raining. You start a little slower. It's all good. No, it's nuts. Right after high school, my parents said, "Yeah, you need to go party and do what you want to do for a year before going to college." So I worked in a ski resort in Lake Tahoe. I love to ski, and I probably would still love to ski. I haven't been on skis in years, but I love skiing. In fact, just thinking this through, I think it's been like 18, 19 years since I've been on skis. Eighth an inch of snow in North Carolina, they shut down the state. No, I know they do. I was in northern Alabama and it was just unbelievable. People would freak out. Texans drive on a quarter inch of snow. I lived in San Antonio for a few years and it only snowed once while I was there. The problem was that you had to wait for where I lived in town. I lived in the north part called Stone Oak in San Antonio area. And there were several elevated bridges, and that would be the only way I could have gotten to work. So I had to stay home till the sun came out. Your family used to ski before you were born? Yeah, well, Mammoth's pretty good. It's Used to snow a lot more when I was a kid here in Arkansas. They tried to hold a Subaru only car race, but it ended up being like a Monty Python's 5K walk for incontinence. There you go. Heat snow when I take over the world is the first thing I'm getting rid of. Yeah, my dad hated snow mainly because when he was a kid, his dad would wake him up in the middle of the night to go shovel the driveway so the dad's buddies could leave and go places. Yeah, the whole snow thing. Yeah, yeah, I will. I'll do some footage of the thing in there, and then we'll start with getting the racks in there. I'll do that. I'm trying to figure out a couple of things to do in there, but yes, I'll be doing it. You're from the Chicago area. You had your share of it. Yeah. Minneapolis, well, Chicago is that incredible wind off of Lake Michigan. And if you've never been to Chicago in the winter, holy cow, it comes off pretty doggone hard. Pull in the center of the room for the ladies. In Chicago, it's the city of broad shoulders. Yeah, I like the whole process. I like to see uh last year we had a couple of things where we got a couple of inches and it was gone like the next day. That's the best way to do it. Oh, my fish room. Put a pole in the middle for the ladies. You see, I'm not thinking, not using the old noodle. Not using the old noodle. So Bolo's here. He's sleeping away. Went to college buddy's New Year's party in the Chicago area in 1984. Bone chilling wins. Absolutely. I'm thinking of trying to cross your swords with some albino blue tails. I would do it. No, I think that I've been working with a couple of sword crosses, trying to get the swords to come out. I haven't been successful yet. I've gotten little teeny swords, but yeah, it's no, I think that's fun and play around with the genetics because you're not just dealing with the color genetics, you're dealing with the fin genetics, which is interesting. Yeah, the idea when I was a kid, you'd go out. When I was a kid in Minnesota, the best day of your life was the snow day, where you didn't get to go to school because there was too much snow, and you'd build snow forts. That's what we did in my neighborhood: build snow forts. I mean, be and go sledding, and be outdoors all day long. You run in it for lunch, and mom would make soup with some of that, Campbell's tomato soup with grilled cheese, and then you'd be out all afternoon. And my parents must have loved that because at the end of that, totally wiped out, tired. Yeah, I remember that. It's the idea of the sledding, the idea of yeah, lots of fun. Yeah, tackle football in the street after a snowstorm. Absolutely, we did that. We did, it's I loved making the forts and just going and getting that done over and over again. It was fun, lots of fun. Doug, wouldn't that be for the men? May the forts be with you. Where's our buddy Chewy? We're almost over with no Chewy. He must be in with one of the others. Yeah, I got it, Anthony. Who's play sloppy, wet, cold football using a basketball? Fumbles galore. I bet it was. Avril Lavigne's new boyfriend. That's where Chewy is. Yep. Hey, the thing that we used to play in my neighborhood growing up, when I grew up like in suburbia, outside of is suburban Minneapolis, we would play capture the flag. Oh, the co-op is on. Okay, that's where he's at. He's busy talking to the co-op guy. Um, the process of crap op. Yeah, we'd play capture the flag, and in like about 5 inches of fresh snow, that'd tire us out pretty quick. In the summer, we would play that almost every night. There's a couple of years there, and drink water out of the hose. Nothing better than drinking water out of the hose, all that lead. And here we are. Yeah, people are nice in the Twin Cities. It's a beautiful city. I haven't been up there since the looting, but hopefully they're getting it back, looking the way it. I need to get home. I haven't been home in a long time. We're spreading my parents' ashes at home, and let's see. Last year, my sister was moving across the country, and just getting everybody on the same schedule to get up there. Um, and this year, obviously, COVID. Hopefully, next year we'll be able to make that trip and spread out my parents' ashes over Lake Minnetonka. You burned your Hawaiian pizza today? Oh, God. You got that one, Doug? Should have cooked it on aloha temperature. Aloha. Oh, boy. See, Doug Gray now will be coming here because just of this reason alone, he'll be getting jokes. A plethora of jokes has already flown here for him. If you haven't subscribed to Doug Gray, you have to subscribe to Bob Kaler as well. Is that mainly because he has amazing guppies, but he also tells dad jokes. And he had one, the last one, that I actually laughed out loud to. I thought it was great. Subaru jokes. Our buddy Posiwi, she's the one who contributes a lot. She on Saturday contributed like 2 Subaru jokes. So it's all good. Yep, Doug's videos are awesome. They really are. I've learned a lot from him. I gladly send you a starter colony of Santa Maria or Japanese neon blue and lures for a draft pick to be named later. Well, let's talk that later on, Lumpy. I've got aquariums to set up first. Let me get this room set up. I'm going to pick up another rack. It's I'm hoping PetSmart. I bought my 65-gallon aquarium from PetSmart. I bought it on sale for like $200, including the top light and the deal. I thought that was a good deal. I was over there yesterday, and yes, I'm a rack man, and they had those tanks for for $350. Yeah, I'll wait for them to go on sale. I need another one of those big aquariums. Need another one of those in a big way, and put a couple of garbage cans in there to do that. Do you know what? There's one that is open, but it's just across the border in Bella Vista, Arkansas. I've never been there, but there was a news story about a lawsuit involving the dancers because of COVID being there and not making minimum wage. Things are tough all over. Just finished laundering dog towels. Getting strange looks while I'm folding. It's one of the dog's bones, unlike that of a child's jawbone, has made it through the washer dryer onto the table. Well, you see, there you go. Bolo, his towels, I have them set up. They're all washed and ready to go. Hey, thank you very much, Lumpy. Yeah, I've got some. They look great and ready to rock and roll. And by the way, Anthony, with your Japanese blues, I can send you some gray body sword tails that are bluish. So that'll be part of the deal. It's yeah, good times are made by all. What else is going on here, gang? I don't know. I've just been it's these short weeks are awful because Thursday I'm working, but it won't be a full day. So it's like so it's gonna be like 3 weeks in a row with a short week. And so I'm like not getting into the full rhythm at work. Because the week before this last one, I had I took a 5-day weekend, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, with Saturday, Sunday in the middle. And then last week we had a 4-day weekend, and this week a 3.5-day weekend. So there you go. Besides fish, do you guys have anything going on for New Year's Eve? I may zip out. One of the casinos has a big thing going on, but again, I don't know if I want to be around. It's the COVID. I'm trying to keep a low profile. I don't want to pick it up. No, you're working on New Year's Day. Yeah. By the way, speaking of, Dwayne Haskins got cut by the Washington football team. Dwayne Haskins, he got cut. He's the guy who got into trouble for going. He was maskless at a topless joint, and so he played terribly, and so they cut him. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. But he's only 23, so you think that that he would have a little bit of growing up to do and be set up there. So, I give him the greatest respect in the world. Greatest respect in the world. And so, yeah, the idea here is that, he's 23, it's, hopefully he'll grow up and go from there. He will be great for the Patriots. Thank you very much, Carrie. Always love having you here. I would think a mask at a strip club would be a smart idea. Yeah, maskless in a topless bar. Have you ever been to Elks Lodge Space or Knights of Columbus Space, American Legion events? Yeah, I've been to the Elks Lodge. Oh, those places are like high school. Yeah, you know, I had this like in February. I met one of my buddies from high school who lives in Fayetteville. I had not seen him since graduation. Uh, and we had a cup of coffee. It was a great time. Really nice. Haven't seen him since, but there you go. Sam Darnold is 23 and he has to go to another team. Jets ruined him. Well, Jets seem to ruin everything. PB Aquatics, how are you? I inherited a Freemasons ring from my grandfather. Not sure if he gets me a free meal somewhere. I'll tell you what, my grandfather was a Mason, and I've been kicking around thinking about whether I should join or not. And yep, headless body in a topless bar. That's where I got that, Frank. That thing. The New York Post is the best. Absolutely the best. Yeah, I put it on my Facebook page, I don't know, about a year ago. Should I be and mainly I want to be a Shriner to wear the fez, kind of neat. Drive one of those little cars with a little helicopter car and parades. I thought that'd be kind of neat. So one of my high school buddies who's like an airline pilot, he's a Mason. And so he started writing me and I said, okay. I said, so should I join or he goes, oh, you'd love it. Oh, it's great. But I keep hearing of that, that the Freemasons are about world domination. Okay, that's a good selling point for me. Yeah, go to get a fez. Yeah, fez. The man who would be king. Yeah, it's that's what I understand is that you have to have a religion of some sort. I have no idea what it is. I called them and they said you can stop by the Masonic Lodge and pick up paperwork. And for whatever reason, I didn't do it, and then all of a sudden COVID happened. So Yeah, from what I understand is that they like people to have a religious faith, and they don't say which one. So you can be a Christian, Jew, Muslim, Buddhist, you know, uh, Buddhist or Zoroastrian, whatever. So again, I like the idea they're trying to dominate the world. Simple man, my friends. I'm as simple can be. All right, we've been here for an hour. Bob Steenfod will be dropping, starting shortly, so I'll let you guys go get a beverage and ready to enjoy Bob. Let's see, does the reptilian religion count? I don't know. I've not signed up, but I think you could just say you were. You worship the reptilians. The one thing I don't like about is the religion did not have a specific. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, no, yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, then you can join the Illuminati, Bilderbergers, and the Council on Foreign Relations. Every crazy group that ever goes in that the History Channel or Travel or Discovery or all those different channels that they talk about all the time. All right, gang. Thank you so much. You have a great day. I appreciate it. I appreciate you watching, and thanks for hanging out.